Hey, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Him. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kabardash. The bonds to the apostles, elders, great millstone, and salutations to the brothers pushing this word and truth and sincerity and with charity, and risking their lives and freedom to do so. This is your brother, young guy, come from the great millstone. Can't come at you with no lesson, no one's edifying. Quick scripture of the day. We in the flesh, man. We are gonna fuck up. You know. We can't do and keep everything perfectly. And you know, I remember Apostle Ramlab stating that if you still, it doesn't matter where you're at, you know, if you still fear the Lord, you're still in the fight. All right? If you still fear the Lord, you're still in the fight. And Jake, they let their sins weigh them down. And then they get into that woe is me spirit. And we can't think like that. Have that mentality. So now we don't feel worthy enough, you know, to do this work. Now you got Satan whispering in your ear, questioning yourself if you're even a man of the Lord, you know. And this is all conditions of the battle, man. You know, as scripture talks about, it's like when that comes to serve that Lord, when they come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. All right, because you will be tested. You know, Jake doesn't think that it's a walk in the park, you know, and it's not, you know, it can be, you know, if you do, as scripture says, if you do these things, you shall not fall, you shall not fail, you know, but, you know, Jake, we all go through that same, there's nothing uncommon to man. You know, we all go through the same bullshit, you know, different views of it, you know, but at the end we have to come out on top, you know, and conquer this flesh and not the flesh get the best of us. So now we fall out the truth and, you know, continue, you know, to sin against the Lord. You know, now I've brought the scripture I'm about to read to you. You know, and the scripture talks about, roughly paraphrasing, how the Lord came for the sinners, not the upright. All right? The ones that are rehearsing the righteous acts. And what happens in rehearsal? You mess up and you learn from your mistakes and do better on the next take. You know? But this is Proverbs 24:16. For a just man falls 7 times and rises up again, but the wicked shall fall into mischief. And that's why you have these fallouts. You know? You know, that's why you have these fallouts, man. Because a just man, a righteous man, will fall 7 times. And 7 could be numerous of times of falling off and caving onto the flesh where you go off. But he rises up again. We don't stay down in our sorrows. You know, we keep pushing this to hell how we feel. We have to push this word and exalt the Lord to the best of our ability, even knowing that, you know, righteousness is filthy rags. But we keep pushing, man. You know? Just keep pushing. But let me read this again, Proverbs 24:16. For a just man falls 7 times and rises up again, but the wicked shall fall into mischief. We're gonna fuck up, man. But we rise up again. It's just the rehearsal of the righteous acts, man. So, hey, blessed is the man whose conscience has not condemned him, and his hope, and he has not fallen from the hope of the Lord. You know, so I'm gonna end it off with that. Proverbs 24:16. For a just man falls 7 times and rises up again, but the wicked shall fall into mischief. Call along, like y'all by Shimi Al Shai. Little one's edifying lesson. Till next time, Shalom and a Bible ball.